Pay me, pay me, pay me my silver now. Pay me or go to jail. Pay me my silver now.
We're roadtoruta.com. Got a quick one today. First of all, for private road members, I have posted the 2024 to 2025 Road to Ruta analysis. Silver rigging operation failures. Check that out. I also get pretty deep into theta fuel and that and Vertasium and what's going on there. Excitement everywhere, by the way. So if you're a private road member, go check that out. If you're not, we are currently giving away here it is. If you hit subscribe today at roadroot.com, the Ruta Victory Coin. The Victory Coin is being given away. Probably I'll end it on Sunday because we are running out of coins quickly. I want to save a couple for the future of my kids. Get them for the future of your kids. So if you want to join, good time to join the private road at roadtoruta.com. All right, really quick. Silver is silver. Silver is still rigged via the computer programs written by Alan Greenspan in the 1960s, blah, 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 blah. Same concept. The entity running the computer rigging show is a company called Virtu Financial. They're actually an authorized participant of GLD and SLV, which is strange to have a computer high-frequency trading firm to have be a physical delivery mechanism for the cabal at the COMEX. It's crazy. A guy named Vinny Viola is the guy. He's in charge of running the computer rigging for the United States, which is in charge of the world. So he runs it for the banks. He's a pretty crooked guy. Yep, it's the same Vinny Viola that Trump tried to nominate as head of the Navy when he was picking, or the Army, when he's picking all the wrong choices. First term. Now he's doing all the right things, so yeah, he won't be picking Vinny Viola again. But I think a lot of what the first term in Trump was doing was exposing the rot within the system. So let's see what he does second try. Second try is always the best try. Gold-silver ratio completely off the charts. That is going to be squeezing very soon, very, very, very soon. Currently at 87 to 1. And I have shown how I pretty much guarantee in a freely traded market that we're going to have at least 7 to 1, which is coming out of the ground. Maybe 1 to 1, which is the above ground availability of gold and silver. Or if we do release all the information, all the gold we actually have, then it could be 1 to 10. 10 ounces of gold buys 1 ounce of silver. I don't know. Right now, we haven't seen freely traded silver for 170 years, so don't get too excited until you see silver will probably go to 0 on the COMEX. Just keep that in mind. That's the derivatives. Silver derivatives will be worthless, will be cast into the lake, and that's when the markets shut down. And hopefully we move into a place that doesn't have these criminals run our lives. But a lot of people think we can't. I think we can. I think it's always been the plan on the Road to Ruta. As a matter of fact, other people think it's the plan too. Here's a really interesting article on Zero Hedge that was on Cointelegraph. Texas gold-backed coins aim to help Bitcoin adoption, lawmaker says. A Texas lawmaker believes the state's proposed gold-backed digital currency could play a key role in boosting cryptocurrency adoption. Cody Harris, a Republican party member of the Texas State House of Representatives, addressed the development of a gold-backed token in Texas at the North American Blockchain Summit on November 21st. In a fireside chat with Coinbase's David DeYoung, Harris argued that a state-issued gold-backed token could serve as a gateway for Texans to explore digital assets like Bitcoin. Hang on one second. There's pros and cons to this. A, quote, stepping stone to Bitcoin, 2 Texas lawmakers, Senator Brian Hughes and Representative Mark Dorazzi, introduced 2 separate bills creating state-issued digital currency backed by gold in April 2023. Under the plan, each unit of the digital currency would represent a fraction of a troy ounce of gold held in trust. Harris said the initiative could help skeptics become more comfortable with cryptocurrency by offering a government-issued digital alternative before transitioning to decentralized assets like Bitcoin. So many problems with that, but we'll keep going. For those who are very reluctant to enter into owning Bitcoin or exploring cryptocurrency, A state-issued coin would give them somewhat of a comfort level compared to tokens issued by startups, Harris said, adding, this state-issued digital currency backed by gold is something safe that people can get their feet wet with. It's more of a stepping stone to owning Bitcoin than competing with it or taking the place of it or something like that. CBDC is detrimental to the nation. While encouraging Texas' gold-backed digital currency project, Harris spoke unfavorably of central bank digital currency. I think we would all agree that a CBDC is detrimental to the nation and the state of Texas, the lawmaker said in a fireside chat, referring to many potential threats associated with CBDCs, including surveillance and privacy concerns. Harrison urged the community to make sure that the government properly addresses the goals of the CBDC before launching one, he said. Quote, I think it makes it easier for us who are pro-Bitcoin to have conversations about why someone should change their perspective on it. If we start at a CBDC, is it the goal of some parts of the government? So let's lock arms together and make sure that that doesn't happen. All right, here's my take on this. Yes, something like this will happen, but there's a few problems we're going to have to get over before it does happen. Number one, probably the biggest thiever, criminal stealing your wealth is the government right now. So having the government hold anything as the system falls apart is not going to be a good idea because they're going to nationalize it instantly. As soon as things start to wobble, bang, nationalization. SLV will probably be nationalized. So anything they can get their hands on does that, and they can say all they want that it's backed by 1/1,000,000th of an ounce of gold, but who's gonna be the who's gonna test it? Who's gonna drill the bars? Who's gonna make sure that gold is actually in place? On the road to Roota, there is a way, and that way is redemption. Not the religious redemption, but the ability to redeem your unbacked fiat money for the real coins, the real gold. If you want to go on to gold standard, it's going to be a real one. Yes, you can utilize any crypto you want. I would highly suggest it would be a stronger crypto, such as Bitcoin, or a crypto that has an open source blockchain, limited amount of coins, all that stuff. Could the U.S. government or the Texas state government make a token like that? Yes. But I would say it would not work if it wasn't fixed amount of coins, if it wasn't open source software. Immutable ledger means you can't go back and change. If it's all the attributes of Bitcoin, that could work. But you got to be able to take your phone, go into the bank, and get the actual physical metal, the actual gold, on demand at all times. And it can't be rehypothecated fractional reserve system again with this gold back, because that's the first thing they'll do. If people are in charge, that's why I've been screaming, you got to get your metal in your own possession. You got to get your cryptos in your own possession. As we go through this time of turmoil, obviously, nobody's going to trust anybody anymore. So the Treasury will be saying stuff, no one will listen. The IRS will be saying stuff, no one will listen. The president will be saying stuff, no one will listen, because trust is lost. It used to be, the U.S. dollar is backed by the faith and confidence of the U.S. government, something like that. Does anybody trust the government? Is there any faith left in government? No. So anyway, hang on tight. I get the idea, but I don't think the powers that be are willing to give up that kind of control where you can walk into a bank with your CBDC wallet or whatever and say, I want my gold right now. I got 10 pieces of gold here on my phone. I'm going to cash it in right now. Give me the 10 pieces of gold right now by law. Voila, done. That's how it would work. And I mapped this out on the Road to Roota. If you go to roadtoroota.com webpage, scroll down a little bit, you'll see what is the Road to Roota theory. I basically lay it out. Who is Roota, what is Root A, all that stuff. Yes, Root A is a computer programming term. As a matter of fact, here's the picture I found in a 1971 IBM manual on financial computing. There it is. Root A has to do with, I explained back here, the tree data structures in computers. There's a blah, 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 node A, node B, node C, the leaves and all that. Root A is the basis, the foundational part of the U.S. monetary system. That's why the Federal Reserve made a comic book and called the main character Root A. That is the computer programming models that Alan Greenspan used in the 60s to create our unbacked fiat money system and to create the rigging trading platforms. There you go. And Greenspan's up there in his 90s too. I think Buffett and Greenspan have literally months, maybe a couple years to fulfill their life's goal, which is return the U.S. to a gold standard. I think they're both going to do it. I think it's already, the seeds are in place. The derivative bubble, 2.5 to 3 quadrillion. If that goes, everything goes. And then you have what you have going forward is what we have in our hands. And I do think the U.S. has a hell of a lot of gold in the Grand Canyon. And I'll get to that later. I talked a little bit about that on the private road, quite a bit actually. Also, what's going on? Looking forward to the Bitcoin. We're getting so close to $100,000 Bitcoin parties that Cliff had predicted. Along with those predictions, I was going back. Yes, Veritasium 1-to-1 with Bitcoin after the crash. I think it'll be after the crash when the systems are down and the U.S. government comes to Reg and says, "Oh my God," that does not mean the Veritasium token will go up. If they don't give him back his 98 million tokens, he's like, "Well, screw you. I was going to do what I was going to do." They've banned him from even being in. Gary Gensler, the guy who will be gone on the 20th of January, banned him from, well, he wasn't there at the time, but he could have reversed the decision. He hasn't. I think Trump's next person who gets in there will reverse that decision. They haven't gotten rid of the 98 million tokens. The same exact tokens that Reggie created in the beginning. But remember, Reggie's technology is not in the token. It's in his IP. It's in his patents. Peer-to-peer transactions in crypto, everybody who is playing in those will have to go to Reggie and strike a deal. So he might issue new coins. I don't know. But really, the only way to place a lottery bet on it is go get yourself a couple Veri tokens. You can get them at Mercatox. There's a couple places you can swap them. Not many places. And Theta, I think that Theta and Coinbase will finally join hands. And when that happens, we're going to see Theta run, and you won't be able to catch it. So make sure you get your Theta and Theta Fuel in your pocket before they announce Coinbase. When's it going to be? I don't know. Probably when Trump gets in. And we have at least people working on sounder regulations. Remember, Theta Labs, they never ICO'd, so they don't have that problem. There's obviously other problems, always other problems when you have a SEC that makes laws by enforcement. You enforce the law, that therefore you got it in the books. You can't do that. Same with the IRS, by the way. All right, that's what I got for you today. Again, if you're interested in the Road to Roota, the Victory coin, let me give you a little look at it. There it is. If you're interested in that coin, absolutely join the private road at roadtoroota.com. Go to Road to Roota, and we will send you that as a gift for joining for 1 year or renewal. These coins will probably be ended this weekend, I'm pretty sure. By the way, next weekend, 4-day weekend. Remember, the FDIC wanted a long weekend. 4-day weekend next weekend in the USA, at least. Very interesting time because most of the competitors against the silver riggers are China, India, Russia. I'm feeling next weekend is going to be a very big, exciting drama for silver and silver investors, especially if they try to slam it down below $30, below the moving averages. Good night. China and India will buy the very last silver, no matter how much is put up, and then we move on. This is Bix Weir, roadtoroota.com. I'll talk to you later.